To begin this Hornady reloading tip, I'm taking the time to individually wipe down the excess lubricant on our clean, sized, and deprimed cases. Seth Swerczek from Hornady is with me again. He is my guide to successful reloading. So Seth, what's the next step?
Well, John, now that you've got clean brass, it's been properly sized, now you have to prime it. So you reference the reloading manual, and that'll tell you what primer to use. In this case, 6mm arc is a small rifle primer.
We're ready to go to the bench. Well, rule number one when dealing with primers, and I'm admittedly new to this, is eye protection. From there, Seth, where are we heading?
Well, there's several different ways to prime a cartridge case, some more advanced than others. Now, in the case of this lock and load iron press, it has an automatic primer feeding feature, and that's a great feature to have as you get more comfortable with the press. As a novice, there's nothing wrong with placing your primers in a tray and feeding them in one at a time. This gives you that careful, individualized attention to detail. So to start with an individual primer, you'll simply press forward on the handle, exposing the primer arm, and you'll insert that primer, anvil up, release the arm, and you're ready for the case. So now you take your cartridge case, you insert it into the shell holder, making sure that it's seated all the way to the rear. You're going to press forward on the handle, keeping in mind that you're at a tremendous mechanical advantage. And that's really where you establish the feel of what it feels like to seat the primer. Now, there is a specification on primer depth. You want that primer seated 0 to 8 thousandths below flush. If you seat it proud of flush, you could induce a misfire. To test, you can take your dial calipers and you'll use the bottom here. You'll set that pin on the primer and gently close the blade down until it's seated against the case head, and that will tell you how deep your primer is seated below flush.
Now keep in mind, reloading is safe as long as you follow the steps carefully. One thing that I've learned, gunpowder burns, but primers go bang, and that's why you have to wear eye protection. For a complete transcript of this reloading tip, along with links to all of the tools we've shown you, head over to shootingusa.com.
John, you got some more cases to prime.
That's right. Yeah, I do.
Now, if you have questions on reloading tips, techniques, practices, or any Hornady product, you can give our technical staff a call at 800-338-3220.